Little Acorns presents an unabridged recording of Bigfoot Island, written and read by Roderick O'Grady. The moral right of the author has been asserted. This performance is owned by Little Acorns. Minnie. Chapter 1. With her feet together, both Minnie's trainers nearly fitted inside the footprint. The indentations left by the Bigfoot had been stepped on so many times by the small pointed hooves of passing deer that it was barely discernible. Pine needles had filled the dips and dents in the mud, and rain had dripped on the footprints, softening the edges. Minnie lifted a small pine branch that had dropped from above or been knocked off by a passing creature. Using it as a brush, she swept away the leaf litter to reveal a second huge footprint. Next to her, in a patch of brilliant sunshine, Musto stretched out his shaggy yellow front legs and settled onto his side, his back against a stand of ferns. He wagged his tail on the earth of the game trail. Minnie bent to ruffle his neck fur and to stroke his head, fondling his floppy ears, then stood and stepped the longest step her legs would allow her. It reached nowhere close to the third footprint. Further along the trail, in the fourth print, she noticed where the little toe had been splayed out slightly when the foot had slipped on the earth. It had been dry when she and Billy had found the footprints a few weeks ago, and the trail was well used by deer and other forest creatures, so the ground had been quite bare, exposing the soil beneath the grass and ferns. It had been so unusually dry at that time that there had been fires on the mountain ranges in the east, terrible fires that had ravaged many miles of tinder-dry forest. Now the ground was damp as the usual summer rains had returned. Trees dripped, and tiny jewels of moisture clung to silk strands slung across the trail by busy spiders. Minnie surveyed the forest carefully, peering up the trail at the dark spaces between the cedar trees, the firs, pines, and scrubby bushes. Birds were singing, whistling and peeping. Bugs were humming. Wind swayed strands of pale lichen from low limbs and shifted the higher branches, rattling them gently above her. Serenity and a sense of connection to the land, the trees, and all the roaming creatures who made the mountain slopes their home came welling up, and she filled her lungs, flung.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?